Hello, boys and girls. This is Granny Shell, or Grandma Shell, or Auntie Shell, or whatever you want to call me. Today, we're going to do story time, and it's a Christmas book, The Joy of Giving. It's the Berenstain Bears Christmas book. Isn't that awesome? Let's see what it says. The Joy of Giving, written by Jan and Mike Berenstain. It says it right here. It has a cute little family picture, so I thought I'd show that to you. It has the grandma and the mom and the dad and the kids and the baby and the stockings and a little bit of garland, and there's their tree and their presents. It's just such a fun time of year. It was the week before Christmas and all over... Wait! The week before Christmas, that's right now. It was the week before Christmas, and all over Bear Country, everyone was busy getting ready for the big day. There were Christmas shopping and Christmas decorating and Christmas everything going on. Down at the chapel in the woods, the cubs of Bear Country were busy getting ready for their Christmas Eve play. See that? They're shopping and decorating and putting lights on the house and going down for the practice. And there's the caroler on the street trying to collect money, which is helpful for people. It was the story of the first Christmas, and brother and sister had an important one. They were to be the camel of the three wise bears. Sister was on the front end of the camel, and brother brought up the rear. They thought it was the best costume ever. Mrs. Ursula, their Sunday school teacher, was directing. "All right, wise bears," she called. "Enter stage right." Here they are practicing to be the camel. And here's Grandma. Three wise bears came on stage. They carried gifts and wore long robes, crowns, and fake beards. They followed the Christmas star made of foil-covered cardboard that hung above the stage. The first wise bear was played by Sammy Bruno, who had a loose front tooth that made him a little bit hard to understand. "A thar! A thar!" he cried. "I see a thar!" He said, "I see a thar." Miss Ursula sighed. "Okay, camel," she cried. "You're on." Sister and brother followed the three wise bears, but it was hard to see out of the costume, and sister accidentally knocked over a palm tree, and the three wise bears tripped, going down in a tangle. What a funny play practice. "A thar!" See the one tooth he has? "A thar, a thar." And there's them practicing and knocking over the palm tree. Excuse me. Oh dear, Miss Ursula. Will we ever be ready?" "Sorry, Miss Ursula," said sister, poking her head out. "It's hard to see in there." "I need to make your peepholes bigger," said Mrs. Ursula. "That's enough for today, cubs. It's time to go home." She was getting a little impatient, wasn't she? Do you know adults who get impatient at this time of year? The cubs took off their costumes and went into the chilly evening air. "Brr," shivered sisters. "It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas." "Yeah," agreed brother, "and looking that way too. The whole neighborhood was decorated for Christmas." Sister and brother walked home in a soft glow of many colored lights. That's them walking home. See the glow of the lights? Yeah. The next day, the Bear family went shopping. It was time for Big Brother and Sister to pick out a few special gifts. This year, they had 2 crisp $10 bills from Grizzly Gramps and Gran to spend on others. Wouldn't that be so fun, a $10 bill? Of course, brother and sister hoped they would have some money left for themselves. Sister was saving for a brand new Barbie doll, and brother wanted a special rubber band-powered model airplane. That's them going shopping. And there's the rubber band airplane and the money. They were probably listening to what each other wanted, don't you think? Papa and Honey helped brother do his shopping while Mama went with her sister. Brother picked out a Barbie doll Brother picked out a Barbie doll outfit that he found on sale for sister, and sister brought a small airplane model for brother. Each cost just a few dollars. Mama and Papa thought that maybe each cub should have spent more money on one another. What What about the joy of giving? Whispered Mama to Papa. It seems brother and sister only care about the joy of getting. True, agreed Papa, but let's not interfere. They'll learn about the joy of giving for themselves. Sorry, I seem to do that. See, that's when they went shopping. Here's when they bought the stuff. And then that's when they were going home. Over the next few days, Christmas excitement in Bear Country grew and grew. Brother and sister could hardly wait. They were going to be a camel and get lots of presents, too. Play rehearsals went well. Sister could see better out of the bigger peepholes, and everyone knew their lines. But it was still a little hard to understand Sammy Brune. When Christmas Eve finally arrived, practically everyone in Bear Country jammed the chapel in the woods to see the cubs perform. A hush fell as the curtain opened and the play began. See? There's the play. Shh. First, the angel Gabriel came to Mary, telling her that she would give birth to Jesus. And then Joseph and Mary journeyed to Bethlehem, where the innkeeper gave them shelter in a stable. There, Mary gave birth to a tiny baby who was laid in a manger. See it? Oh, it's the baby Jesus in the manger. And there's the angel Gabriel. See her riding on the donkey? And there's the baby. An angel of the Lord appeared to the shepherds, sharing the good news of Jesus' birth so they could go and worship the newborn king. Finally, the three wise bears and their faithful camel trooped on stage. The foil-covered Christmas star hung high above the stable, sparkling in the spotlight. A star! A star! I see a star! Sammy had clearly lost his tooth before he came out on stage. See, there's the angel. Aww. Three wise bears kneeled before Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. The shepherds and the angel joined them. Everyone bowed low before the tender baby. The three wise bears opened their treasures and gave Jesus their precious gifts. Aww. The audience grew very still, and then someone in the back began to sing softly. See here? They're watching, and they heard that song. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. And then the rest of the audience joined in near the end. Sleep in heavenly peace. Peeking out of the camel costume, tears came to sister and brother's eyes. It seemed that they had never understood the joy of giving until that moment. All of the gifts of all of the Christmases and the years went back to those first gifts given to that tiny baby long ago. The Christmas Eve play was over, and the audience cheered. Everyone felt the true spirit of Christmas had been with them that night. Aww. On Christmas morning, brother and sister led the family downstairs, bright and early, but instead of heading to their own piles of presents, they went to the gifts for each other. Merry Christmas, they said, holding out their presents. From one end to the camel to the other, said brother. Thanks, laughed sister. You're a first-rate backup. Brother and sister were delighted with their gifts and gave each other big bear hugs. Honey opened her presents, and brother and sister joined in. In the back of their minds, though, they were still thinking about the money they had left over from their shopping trip. Of course they would, because there was a little something left over for them, and that's not such a bad thing. It's always nice to share and give, but it's nice to take care of us, too. Later that morning, the family went to the chapel in the woods for the Christmas Day service. A light snow covered the ground, and all of Bear Country glistened in the sun. On the way, sister and brother noticed a group of bears playing Christmas carols. They were collecting money for the needy in a big black pot. Brother and sister looked at each other, dug into their pockets, and dropped all of their money into the pot. Aw, now they don't have anything left. All of their money? It's nice to give, isn't it? I probably didn't show you that one. Here's this one. They're walking. And that's where they were listening, and they gave their money right there in that pot. See her money? She gave it. He had his money he was going to put in it. Mama and Papa smiled with pride. You know what the good book says, Mama told them. It's more blessed to give than to receive. We know, said Brother. We received an awful lot, so it's time we gave some of it back. Then little Honey, holding on to Papa, toddling over to the big black pot, and she dropped a quarter in. The bears playing music paused. Merry Christmas, they all said. Look, said Sister, feeling in her pocket. I still have a quarter. Honey reached for it, and Sister put it in her hand. Aww. And she put it in. She got to put 2 of them in. That's so nice. What a nice family. Merry Christmas, answered the bear family. Isn't that such a lovely story about giving and sharing? That's what Christmas is all about. The Berenstain Bears and the Joy of Giving. What a great book. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, click the little subscribe button that's off to the side here. Click subscribe. You can like it too. Push the thumbs up button. And if you want to hear more books, you can click the bell, and that will make it so that you can hear them every time I post one. And I'm going to do more and more every day. Take care. Have a great day.